limp dick stuff. Oh my god, I hit my teeth on it. Oh my god, that hurts. I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry. All right, everybody, are you ready for Jake Martin, everybody?
Let's give another big round of applause for your host, Tilly the Comic, everybody. This is my first time doing comedy in Meridian. Comedy's fun to get to travel a lot, but whenever you do shows outside of Idaho and you tell people you're from Idaho, the first thing they say is, "Are you a potato farmer?" Or "Are you a racist?" And I'm like, that's the same guy, isn't it? This is the show, it's your Tats Comedy show. I've got some interesting tattoos, like on my fingers, it says "overcome," because I'm really tired of cum. I only got my finger tattoos because I make rational, reasonable choices. Not that it's a bad decision to tattoo your hands, but tattooing your own hands, definitely a bad decision. I also have a tattoo of a bullet hole on my head, which my grandmother was like, "That's the worst decision you've ever made," right? But now that shootings are becoming more and more popular, I just put on a Leatherman jacket for Halloween. Yeah. Or if I'm ever caught in a shooting, I could just like lay down and pretend I'm dead. I'm not trying to save anybody. Plus I know right after I survive, I'll call my grandmother and be like, "Tell me again how this is a bad idea." Is anybody celebrating anything tonight? Besides the super loud party in the back?
I turned 29 like 5 days ago.
Woo! Happy birthday, buddy! Yeah. And you two work at a tattoo shop, so you gotta be celebrating that Friday the 13th is over. I recently celebrated a birthday, but it was at Chuck E. Cheese. Yeah, it's kind of a bad look when you're trash drunk riding the carousel in front of a bunch of 9-year-olds. It's a worse look for me because I'm sober. So, when I had a grown man in a mouse costume delivering my birthday spankings to me in front of that same group of 9-year-olds, real bad look. Has anyone ever met a did you know person? You know, somebody that's just bursting with useless information, like, did you know that if you removed your intestines from inside your body, you'd have enough length to wrap them 6 times around the throat of anyone telling you facts about your intestines? Did you know that some turtles breathe in air through their butt? It's weird, it's true though. It makes their breath smell like shit. I see the more that I tell the did you know jokes, the more I become a did you know guy. Did you know that eels don't have sex to reproduce? It's strange. It baffles scientists, philosophers, biologists, because they don't have sex to reproduce either. Hamsters, though, they love sex. But then they eat their babies, which is sad. Well, I mean, their owners only give them like vegetable pellets and water, and I'd rather be cannibal than vegan. I'm starting to think that maybe Jeffrey Dahmer's parents were vegan. You know, because if your parents are like too strict into something one way, you usually turn out the opposite. Like, if your dad's aggressively homophobic, you're gonna grow up to be an aggressive power bottom. I wanted to be gay so bad to piss off my dad. But it turns out I like women, so I just settled on being a Dallas Cowboy fan. And I mentioned that I don't drink. That's court ordered. I'm on parole for DUIs. Anybody got one of those push to start cars? I got something similar, it's blow to start. If you don't want that to happen to you, take this little piece of advice. If you can't walk, don't drive. That's also kind of why I don't like this disco light thing going on. I'm having like PTSD, like I've been pulled over. Yeah, I went to prison twice for DUIs, and the first time I got divorced. It's sad. I don't tell a lot of jokes about it because we got back together, and the ex-wife jokes hit differently when you're crawling in the same bed together. Yeah, but it was an interesting divorce because we were separated for 1 year the entire time I was in prison, so we both got to have as much sex as we wanted. I recently violated, which sucks because I can't smoke weed anymore. Yeah, ooh, right? It sucks. And so I'm laying in bed next to my wife the other night, and I'm like, you know, babe, there's only like 2 ways I can fall asleep. That's blowjobs and smoking weed, and I don't want to go back to jail. So. She said, you must not have slept very well while you were in jail. And I was like, weed's hard to get, and I slept like a baby. This is nice. Like everyone in the room is taking a little break from their phones, which seems to be like everyone's new best friend nowadays. Some might say it's more important to us than our best friend, because like if my friend fell in the toilet, I'd still laugh about it. But our phones know us better than most of our best friends. You know, like, what's your favorite type of porn? It's okay, you don't have to say it. She doesn't know if you like watching girls eat Fruit Loops out of other girls, but your phone does know. The algorithm knows us so well. And you can tell, like, if you ever watch someone else's TikTok feed or their reels, like, it's got them pegged. If I watch my wife's reels, it's just a jacked guy, like, decorating cupcakes while motivational quotes playing in the background. And if you ever watch your friend's feed that's like too into fitness, it's just like some dude at 3 o'clock in the morning with no shirt, no shoes on, jogging while he's yelling into the camera. You know, like, if you don't do nothing, you're not gonna be nothing. This isn't easy. You think I wanna be out here with a headlamp strapped to my head at 3 o'clock in the morning? No. But if I don't strap this headlamp on, I'll get hit by a car. And my algorithm is just like, unknown comics crushing it for lonely people at bars. Also, I get a lot of puppies. Because I breed puppies, I share videos of puppies on my feed, so it thinks I just want to watch puppies all the time. But recently I got a weird comment on one of these puppy videos I shared. It said, you shouldn't be sharing videos like this. It condones animal rape.
What the fuck?
What? You didn't ask your dog for consent. And I'm like, wouldn't it be wild if I was asking my dog for consent? Like, you've been a good girl today. You want some sex? That's crazy as shit. Plus, I'm not stopping my dogs from having sex. Have you ever tried to cock block a German Shepherd? It's not happening. Plus, how do I know that he didn't ask her for consent? I'm pretty sure he doesn't rape because he's never worn one of those Bill Cosby dog sweaters. Bring it back around to school shooting stuff. You guys seem to like that a lot. I hate how people always blame school shootings on violent video games. Like, I let my kids play violent video games. I watch the news. I've never once seen the shooter like teabag the victims afterwards. I don't think that's the way. Wow. I've also noticed religious people are a lot like alcoholics. You know, they keep telling you that same story over and over and over again. Slightly different details, but all pretend it's okay. It's funnier if you've read the Gospels, because it is the exact same story, like 4 times, back to back to back. The only difference is different authors, which is a lot like the Spider-Man movies. You know, like how many times does Uncle Ben have to die for us to realize with great power comes great responsibility? I was kind of a bad kid growing up. Like, I would go over to my neighbor's house, put Vaseline on the front porch, and ring the doorbell so that when she opened it, not only did she bust her ass, but she'd have to look down at me running away. It's kind of a bad kid. Does anybody know how you stop a bad kid from becoming a serial killer? Me neither. I'm Jake Martin. I'm the host.